As a kid, the most exciting thing in the world is getting a new bike. Oh yeah, let's go ride bikes! But then we provide for those kids the most dangerous and horrible space for riding said bike and tell them, do not go out in the street. It's too dangerous. Then we proceed to not fix that danger and make it anywhere even close to safe for these kids. It's not even safe for the adults. The United States should be ashamed. The way they treat any form of transit other than cars is already atrocious. But there is nothing as unforgivable as the way they treat people who choose to bike. I grew up here in Westlake Village, a very normal, average suburb in Los Angeles County, California. The first time I rode my bike to something by myself, I was almost already old enough to drive. To children growing up here, biking is something you do when you are desperate. And maybe not even then. Your parents might not even let you go out of fear of you dying. Not getting lost, not getting mugged, dying. Growing up, I lived a very bikeable distance from my elementary school, middle school, and high school. But the idea of allowing a kid of that age to bike there, very questionable. I did it a total of 0 times throughout my entire schooling. I remember learning the bikers' hand signals and being like, why are cars even sharing the same space as the bikes? I just rode along the sidewalk. Grew up and realized that's illegal. You can actually receive a ticket for trying not to die. You need to either ride here, where you're gonna die, or don't ride your bike. So as a kid, I learned, don't ride your bike. Compare this to an average bike lane in Shenzhen, China. This is an example of a city that focuses on bike lanes as a priority, equally as much as walking lanes, car lanes, subways, buses, and taxis. In Shenzhen, the bike lanes are often specially paved, with plenty of room and even a scenic view. Don't get me wrong, my childhood city also has bike lanes with a scenic view of a lake of asphalt. Before I go any further, let me interrupt your commenting fingers. I get an overwhelming number of comments on my videos saying things like, the propaganda is unreal. Are you sure you're not a communist? Pretty sure. When I say positive things about China, I'm not trying to say, this China has no problems, it's perfect, everything is perfect there. But there are still things they do there that are great. And one of those things is biking is one of the most efficient and easy ways of getting around Shenzhen. Assuming that your path isn't blocked by construction, which it always will be, and in a different place every week. But it blows my mind that in the United States we can keep designing streets this way and not question why it's not being changed. This seems like common sense. Bikes should not share the road with cars. They should be on their own paths, specifically designed for bikes, like they are in China, and Denmark, and Sweden, places that get it. Check out this road in Colorado. I don't even have words for this. This is the system that America has adopted for bike lanes in all of their cities. Across the country, state after state, they all do the same thing. Paint a white line and walk away. Yes, there has been some progress, like painting part of the street green. I think the theory is that cars are disabled when they touch green, or adding some flexible posts for cars to drive over. But even these quickly end and turn into share the road lanes. Another common argument is that it's expensive to do something other than paint a white line. All you have to do is take the existing bike lane and install these over the existing line, making it safe. In fact, here's a supplier on Alibaba that will ship here. Now there's no excuse. Even when there's plenty of money to redo the whole road, they'll build a sidewalk for pedestrians and then just paint another line. Make the sidewalk bigger! Paint the line on the sidewalk! Even when faced with overwhelming evidence that this needs to be fixed, nothing continues to happen. Luckily, when my dad got hit by a car on his bike, he didn't die. He was riding in one of those safe areas where the neighborhood children ride their bikes. One of the places where they build sidewalks and then just quit, where they don't even bother to paint the white line. Let's see what he has to say about the bike lanes here.
You can't enjoy your bike ride because you constantly have cars either speeding by you, creeping into the bike lane. I guess it's better than nothing, but it's still extremely dangerous.
Yet America continues to follow the traffic engineer's handbook, and nothing ever changes. And you know why that is? Because the oil companies own the roads and they don't make any money on bikes, so they lobby the government so you'll buy a car. And anyone that has a problem with protecting these bike lanes, saying like, I don't want to scratch my car when I drive into it, maybe provide some anger management or driving lessons for those people.